What a day for Michigan football. And by Michigan football, I don't just mean Michigan football. I mean for Michigan State football, too. We'll get to that in another episode. But what a day for the state of Michigan and football. Michigan State, in the end, crushing Miami. And Michigan here dominating and getting revenge on Rocky Lombardi and the Northern Illinois Huskies in Ann Arbor. We held Northern Illinois to 208 yards of offense. We forced a turnover from them. Rocky Lombardi threw an interception. We held them to only 9 complete passes for 46 yards, a touchdown, and again a pick. He was their leading rusher, 7 carries, 72 yards, and 45 of those yards was in the fourth quarter for, I believe, a 45-yard run. On the other hand, our quarterback was 8 of 11, 191 yards, and 1 touchdown when it came to the passing game, which is a big improvement compared to last week. Granted, Northern Illinois is a weaker opponent, but it's still good to see that there are positive aspects of the passing game. This game, we were smooth. This game, all of our drives, except for some in the fourth, led to touchdowns. All of them. I mean, you look at the play-by-play, and I can remember exactly from the game. Game starts out, touchdown, Northern Illinois field goal, Michigan touchdown, punt, Michigan touchdown, punt, Michigan touchdown, punt. It just goes on and on and on. It's amazing. It's amazing. This team echoes the 2016 team, and this isn't me saying we're back or we need to be ranked in the top 20. We still need to prove ourselves against Wisconsin, who, looking at this game, I now think we have a pretty good chance, a better chance than ever at traveling to Madison and winning. We have a rushing offense and all. I mean, we rushed for 373 yards on the ground, an average of just below 8 yards a carry for 8 touchdowns. We had 2 rushes of over 50 yards, one by Donovan Edwards, the other one by Blake Corum. It was absolutely amazing. We even got to see some action from J.J. McCarthy, some from Dan Villari. We got some running backs in, oh my goodness. I mean, you got Tavier Dunlap, who's I think like the 4th string running back, Donovan Edwards, Hassan Haskins. We were exposing everyone, and I mean everyone. We even got Christian Dixon, a true freshman wide receiver, a catch. Dalen Baldwin had 3 receptions. Cornelius Johnson had that 1 long touchdown reception of 87 yards, 3 receptions. Roman Wilson got some. Eric All had 1 reception for 23 yards. And granted, we didn't pass a whole lot. We actually had, I believe, around the same amount of passing attempts that we did against Washington. We had 15 against Washington. We only had 17 against Northern Illinois. But I'm really pleased with this run game. And my parents are Michigan State fans, so they're watching the State game. I'm watching the Michigan game. Our teams both have elite running backs or near elite running backs. State's, I'd say, played the tougher team today. Kenneth Walker III is amazing behind an O-line that is definitely inferior to ours. I'd say he's certainly elite. Michigan's running backs, I don't know if we're necessarily wholly elite. It's not certain, but I'd say from how things looked today and in the past, I'd say Blake Corum is certainly elite. Hassan Haskins looks to be elite. Donovan Edwards and has potential to be that way. So our running back room is in very good shape. Same with the wide receiver room. Same with the offensive line. And the defense, too. The defense just doing its job, holding Northern Illinois to only 200 yards. I think that's the least of all our 3 games, and forcing a turnover. And Northern Illinois only had 11 first downs. We split the time of possession, too. And again, we had some fast, big plays. There were moments where we upped the tempo, slowed down the tempo. It was a good showing of our team. Really good showing. And the game went better than I thought it was going to go, honestly. I thought it'd be a 49-10 win, and I thought some of those scores would come in the fourth, and there would be maybe, like, not exactly mistakes or anything, but I didn't think we'd score 63 points in 3 quarters. Like, that's better than I ever imagined it to be. So here are just some of the takeaways, and I kind of already went over them, but they need to be reviewed again. The positives here, the entire offense, again, absolutely amazing. The passing game improved. Guys, when you have two running backs who each had a run of over 50 yards and a touchdown, that is amazing. One of them being your third stringer. And Blake Corum at 5'8", 200 pounds, dude's fast, dude makes moves, and it's not only that, but he's tweeted before thanking the O-line, and it is the O-line. The O-line's opening up holes, like massive holes. Corum's doing his job making jukes and moves, and it's fascinating to me how good we looked. Again, Northern Illinois, and I'm saying this because, I'm not saying this team's top 10 or top 15. We don't deserve this yet, but we're on the right track. We're just on the right track, honestly. Honestly, on the right track. And to tie back into the running backs, they're at least near elite. No questions asked. We already discussed this. Again, with the 50-yard rushes, the almost 400 yards of rushing, I believe 8 rushing touchdowns, and the defense, too. This defense played like the 2016 team. It really did. Rocky Lombardi, last year, beats us. This year, maybe some scares. Like their second drive, they march down the field, kick a field goal. After that, lights out. Nothing from Rocky Lombardi but a pick. Until the fourth quarter, when obviously we have second and third stringers in. Amazing. Fascinating. We weren't scared of him. We weren't scared of NIU. We brought pressure. We stopped their run game, and they love to run too. Northern Illinois came in this game having a very effective offense. Beat Georgia Tech. Scored 43 on Wyoming despite making multiple turnovers. This team isn't good, but it's not like an FCS team in a certain sense is what I'm trying to say. We looked good against them. If you score 63 to 10 against anyone, you look good. This is kind of like a game where it's Auburn against Akron in a certain sense. We're Auburn, Northern Illinois, Akron. It's still great. This isn't to take anything away from Michigan, but I'm just saying if this isn't a ranked win or anything, just trying to put it in balance, but what an amazing game. Absolutely amazing. The blocking, the fact that Michigan for a while didn't have any sort of penalties at all, very disciplined game. Just changing of the tempo, changing of the guards several different times. We got in players from all over of the depth chart. It's just really good. The only concern I have to mention, in my opinion, is Cade in the beginning looked pretty uncomfortable at moments. This was rectified, but what I've determined so far is against tougher teams, I don't know if we'll be able to have a passing game. We look really good. Seeing how teams all around are playing right now, we look like one of the better teams in the Big Ten. We just do. There's Penn State, who's good. There's Ohio State, who so far with how they're playing against Tulsa, it's kind of an unknown, but I'm just going to assume they're good. Michigan State's good. Michigan's good. Iowa's good. Like those 5 teams, to me, look to be the top 5 in the Big Ten. Not really in any order either. We got to see how they all play this week, and we'll know more by the next week and the week after that, and even more and the week after this week, if you get what I mean. But just what a good game by the Wolverines. I have very little complaints. It's not even a complaint, it's a concern. I have no complaints at all. This one was dominant. This echoed of the 2016 Rutgers win. I'm excited for where this team is going to go in the future, and I'm excited for our game against Rutgers. That's all I have to say today. If you like this video, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's just that simple. Join this amazing community. I myself am a Michigan fan, but I try not to be super biased. So if you're not a Michigan fan watching this, I praise teams that deserve to be praised, Michigan deserved to be praised today. There are other times, different years, and there'll probably be a time this year where they don't necessarily deserve to be praised. Try not to be biased, try to be fair, and try to let the facts speak for themselves. Which, speaking of which, by the way, Michigan had over 600 yards of total offense, 28 first downs, and again, 3 drives that consisted of a combined 5 plays that all resulted in touchdowns and took less than a minute. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Again, like, subscribe, comment your thoughts down below on this game too, and just on games in Week 3 so far. What do you like about Week 3, and what do you like about Michigan? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you around.